Are you making one of the biggest mistakes in personal branding without even realizing it? Many experts spend years building their brand online, creating content, posting on social media, updating their website, and trying to establish themselves as the authority in their industry. Yet somehow they still struggle to attract the right clients, to gain visibility, or to even become known as the go-to expert. Why is that? In this episode, I'll show you some common mistakes to avoid in personal branding that can quietly undermine your results. Should you be focusing on social media? How important is your image? What role does messaging play? Why do some experts create content for years and never gain traction, while others own their category and get more leads than they can handle? By the end of this episode, you'll be able to identify the mistakes that may be holding your brand back and understand what it takes to become the recognized authority in your space. Let's dive right in. The first mistake that I want to talk about is actually a social media focus, because there's a problem with social media. It can be a great nurturing tool, but a terrible marketing tool. So what do I mean by that? Well, there's a difference between nurturing and marketing. Nurturing means that people already know you, right? So you've got your friends or your connections, your subscribers, right? So these people already know you. And if we keep posting content on social media, it's the same people who keep seeing that. So nurturing is important, but the trap is when we think that we're marketing, right? So if we post something on social media, is that social media marketing? And the answer is no. It's nurturing. You're nurturing your existing tribe. You're staying top of mind. You're keeping that connection strong, and you're reminding them of why they became your friend or connection or subscriber. But just know that it's not going to help you own your category. If people don't know that you exist, they're not going to be able to find you on social media. Social media doesn't index your content. So even if you're sharing good thought leader type content on social media, the people that don't know you are never going to see it. Okay, another mistake that people make with personal branding is focusing only on looking good. So looking good is great. Looking good is important. You want to look professional. You want people to perceive you or to see you as that thought leader, as the expert in your industry. You do need to look the part, but if looking the part is the only step that you take, you're really missing the mark, and no one's going to see it anyway. You might look good, but the only people who are going to see you are people that you physically show your website to or show your photography to. So the mistake that the majority of people make when building their personal brand is to stop there. They only focus on their thought leader image. The second part of personal branding, and there's three parts, the second part is your messaging. A lot of people don't even take that step. So they might find you, if you show them or if you do ads or something, they might see you and say, that person looks the part, but then the messaging isn't there. What the messaging will do, it's the verbiage, it's the clarity that will help somebody who finds you know instantly that you're the person for them. I mean, just within a few seconds, right? So your messaging needs to convey exactly who you help and the problem that you solve or the solution that you provide, right? So somebody who does find you, even if it's through a terrible system like paid ads, I call it terrible because you're interrupting them. So if you do all this effort to build a personal brand and then you just force that in front of people and you annoy them and they put up their defenses, that's not the best approach to build a personal brand. But even if that's the approach, let's say that they find you within a few moments of seeing your great headshots and reading a few words of text, they need to know exactly that you can help them achieve their goal. So the biggest mistake is ignoring the messaging. You don't spend enough time on that and getting clarity on it. Not articulating what you do or the system that you take or this process that you've developed, that's not what people want. That's going to help people get what they want, but you need to articulate what they want, and that's that outcome, right? The problem that you're going to help them overcome or the solution that you're going to provide. One other way you can look at that with your messaging is the transformation that people experience. So before working with you, they were here. After working with you, they are here. So what's this transformation? What's that change? That's what your messaging needs to describe. Now, another big mistake that people make with personal branding is the content that they put out focuses on your ideas. It focuses on what you want to talk about instead of focusing on your ideal clients. What are their needs? What words are they using? What are they searching for online? And letting that dictate 100% of your content. So it's not about what you are excited to talk about, and it's not even about trends or current events. That is so fleeting and it doesn't build momentum. But if you focus on what they need help with and the questions they're asking online, you'll build evergreen assets that last, that build momentum in your business. So that ties into the next challenge, is that people that want to build a personal brand, they don't think about how their branding is going to be found. They don't think about positioning. They have no plan for where they are positioned. Because there's one thing that we can all agree on, and I can guarantee, is that your dream clients use the internet. Now, some of them are going to Google for some questions. Some go to ChatGPT. Some are looking for videos on YouTube, right? And depending on your expertise, there's going to be a good mix of all of those places. We know they're going online. We know that they're consuming content. We know that they're watching videos. And did you know that you can find out what questions they're typing in? You can find what questions your dream clients are asking online. That is the most valuable data for positioning, because you can position yourself, you can position your answers in front of those people. If you know the question, and if it's a very specific question, then you can put a video of yourself answering that specific question in front of them. That's one of the most valuable parts of personal branding, is your positioning. Now, if you've watched any videos of me in the past, you've learned about my leaf strategy, so you know where I'm going with this. But a big mistake that people make is they go too broad with the leaf strategy. Okay, so I use a tree analogy. There's a trunk with branches with leaves. The trunk is your industry. The branches are all the different categories within your industry. And the leaves are these specific questions that I'm talking about. So here's the mistake. People will find their tree and they'll find all these questions. They'll see all these leaves on the tree and they'll pick a leaf here and a leaf here and a leaf here and a leaf here. They'll just start picking leaves thinking that they're following my leaf strategy. Problem is, some branches are better than others. What you really have to do is know, which branch do I want to dominate? Which branch guarantees that it will put me in front of my dream clients every time? Because every branch is different. Some people are new, some people are experienced. Some people are looking for a quick solution, some people need deep help. Some people want an affordable solution, some people want a premium solution. And some of the branches don't align with your skill set, while others align perfectly. So you want to compare all the branches together and determine which branches are going to be the most valuable for you to dominate. So with that understanding of the common mistakes to avoid, the next step is to go deeper in understanding what thought leadership actually is. So I'm going to link it to my next episode. It's called What is Thought Leadership? You'll learn about the 3 different types of expertise and what levels required to become a thought leader. You'll discover how personal branding fits into the bigger picture and what it means to own a category, and why some experts become the recognized authority in their industry while others remain invisible. And I'll show you examples of all of this, so I'll link to that episode right there. I'll see you there.